First Baptist Tulsa, welcome to Elevate. Today is a very special day. It is Senior Sunday, and since we can't gather together downtown at First Baptist, we're going to honor our seniors virtually today. So don't forget to watch the 11 o'clock service immediately following this. We have an awesome video today honoring all 28 of our seniors. But today in Elevate is a special day because we're calling it Senior Takeover. This is the day our seniors are going to be taking over Elevate. We have some amazing students. This class has some of the finest leaders in all of the Tulsa metro area. And I'm so excited for you to hear from them today, leading worship and teaching, sharing with you. And don't forget, when this is done, you still will have your discussion groups via Zoom at 10:15. All right, sit back and enjoy an awesome day of Elevate.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Paula, and I'm going to be giving you your announcements. First things first. Today is Senior Sunday, so be sure to go to the FBC Tulsa Student Ministry Instagram to see all of our amazing seniors. And be sure to watch the senior video during the 11 a.m. service right after your Zoom discussion groups at 10:15. And if you know a senior, don't hesitate. Please feel free to send them a lovely text message or a note about how much you love them and how much you are there for them during this really, really hard and unpredictable time. Although the future is uncertain, knowing that there are people there for us to support us and understand what we're going through is really, really important. And speaking of community, this Wednesday night is our last C group of the year. So if you haven't gone plugged in yet, now's the time to do it. Now, for the biggest announcement of all. Falls Creek this year will be July 19th through 22nd, and although it's been cut short, I just want to say that I love Falls Creek with everything. Like, if you haven't gone to Falls Creek yet, this is the year to do it, because it's going to be a year like no other. So please make sure you sign up. Sign up starts today, and it's only $75. And there is a $25 discount for first-time guests, so that means $50 for your friends to go to camp with us. And if you haven't gone to camp yet, it's only $50 for you as well. But wait, there's more. There's also second child discounts for those who have multiple siblings. So if you and all your siblings want to go to camp this year, we got you. My pro tip to you is to sign up in May because the cost goes up to $100 in June. So act now, before it's more expensive. Well, that's all for our announcements.
I am not what I make, I am who you have made me to be. I am not what I've done, I am loved unconditionally. I am not loved by the measure of the love that I bring. I am not who I know, I am known by the King of all kings. Jesus, you are enough. Jesus, you are enough for me. With nothing, I still have everything. Jesus, you are enough for me. You are maker made visible, holding the world in your hand. You are patient and merciful, giver of grace without end. Satisfied simply by being who you've always been. stills my soul. Lights in the darkest place, light even in the pain. It feels like coming home, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. I am free, amen. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. I am free, amen. Here I'm alive again, gone is the weight of sin. Oh, sweet liberty. Praise God who saved my life. I'm bought with the blood of Christ. I have been redeemed. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. I am free, amen. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. I am free, amen. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is so much freedom. Just running in your freedom, amen. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. I am free, amen. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, I am free at last. All my chains are in the past. Thank God Almighty, I am free at last. Oh, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, I am free at last. All my chains are in the past. Thank God Almighty, I am free at last. Let me tell you, I'm free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty, I am free at last. All my chains are in the past. Thank God Almighty, I am free at last. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. I am free, amen. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. I am free, amen.
Guys, it's Kennedy, and I'm a senior, and I just wanted to give you guys some encouragement and maybe some advice, because high school is hard. It's really hard. And if you're in middle school, or if you're about to go into high school, or you're just starting high school, my advice to you is to always stay true to yourself. Sometimes girls can be mean, and sometimes boys can cause you to have a lot of pressure, and kids can be mean. Just always stay true to yourself, because God thinks you are beautiful and God thinks you are worthy. So don't ever let anyone else knock you down or cause you to have a bad day. Just always believe in yourself. And my favorite verse is in 1 John, and it's just, God is love. That's something that, I know it's not the whole verse, but it's something that really just inspires me. God is love. Sometimes all people need on a hard day or a difficult week is love. And I think that the best way you can show Christianity and your love for God is just by showing love to other people. Even people who aren't followers just need love sometimes, and those are the ones who need the most love. If someone in your class is having a bad day or just seems to be a little quiet, just ask them what's up or reach out to people. Just show love. Because sometimes people, you don't know what's going on at their house. You don't know what they've been through that week. You don't know anything that's happening behind the scenes. And sometimes love is just what needs to be shown to them. So my advice to you is stay true to yourself. Always believe in yourself. Because God thinks you are worthy, and that's all that matters. And make sure other people feel that way too. Because sometimes they just need a little boost of confidence, just like you do. So that is my advice. Show love and know that you are loved.
Guys, it's Lizzie Aller. As you guys know, I'm a senior, and since it's Senior Sunday, I'm here to share some things that I've learned throughout high school, and especially things that I've learned through the youth group. To start out, I'm going to share my favorite verse, which is Romans 5:3-5, and it says, "Not only that, but we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us." And I really, really love this verse, and it's meant a lot to me throughout my whole high school experience. My best friend, Preston, she introduced me to this verse a long time ago, and I've loved it ever since, and it's been a testament to me throughout my whole high school time. I've gone through some tough things throughout high school, as most of us have, and this has given me a lot of hope in those really dark times, because it shows that just because we're going through this hard time doesn't mean it's useless. It's used for great purpose in your life, because it's going to build your character at least, and give you hope. There can be so many more things that God uses those tough times in your life to help you become who you're supposed to be and a better person and use for His kingdom. For the underclassmen, I would say that this youth group has definitely helped me grow in my relationship with God, and done the amazing things for my relationship and helped me better follow God. There's always activities, always people here that care about you, and they're always going to push you towards God, and I've loved that so much, and I'm so happy that I've been able to experience all of that through this youth group and through all the different people here. And some of the main things that I've learned as a teenager is to, it sounds cliche, but truly always be yourself, because there's no other person like you. And so to live out who God has called you to be is one of the most beautiful things that you can do, and one of the things that is most pleasing to God, because He's created you to be on this earth for a reason, and you all are so precious. And another piece of advice is that you constantly need to pursue joy, constantly, because if you ever stop, there seems to be no hope left, and we all are searching for happiness and hope and want to pursue that, and a lot of people never find it. So if you continue to find your happiness and joy from the Lord and continue to think positively, then in the end that's going to benefit you the most. Thank you, guys.
Hey everyone, it's Luke here. I'm a senior at Bixby High School, and I just wanted to come to you today to share this verse that's very meaningful to me. And it's going to be Proverbs 3 verses 5 and 6. It's God commanding you to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. So looking at this verse, we see that we are not the ones in charge ever. It comes down to Him and how He wants you to live your life, and He will always lead you in the right direction. My parents actually got me this watch when I was a freshman in high school instead of a class ring, because I wanted something that was timeless and lasts forever. And because of that and my reasoning, they decided what better way than to share the gospel on it and put that verse. So breaking down that verse and how it contributes to all your high school, you look, even in middle school, you don't know what direction your life's going to take. You can end up anywhere. You can end up doing anything. Just keep your mind open, because that's where God wants you to be. You'll never end up somewhere God doesn't want you to be if you follow his plan. Throughout high school, I grew to be more involved in our school and through our leadership, and really connect with all the student body. And you realize the more and more people look up to you, the more and more you need to trust in God. I lead a marching band of 250 people every week, and that's not easy to do on my own. It's not made for someone to do on their own. Jesus only had 12 followers, and he still asked for God for help. And that should be one thing that speaks volumes to you, is it's okay to understand that you need help and you're not always in charge in the one. That's all I have for you guys today, but I hope you have a good day. I encourage you all to better your relationship with God. Just take a step outside, spend 30 minutes reading your Bible, listening to worship songs, just enjoying God's beauty. Because while we may not all live on a house with no neighbors and plenty of empty fields, we all are fortunate to live somewhere where God has done wonders, and he has shown his creation. Look at this little guy right here. This is a part of God's wonders. We see puppies, we see animals, we see the birds, we see grass, we see trees, we see pretty parts of nature every day. And that's what we all need to understand, is while it may seem like we're in a negative space, we are just alone in God's creation right now. And that's what's most important to think about. All right, have a good day.
All right, what's going on, guys? So today I'm going to share my favorite verse with you guys, and what it's taught me in high school, and just how it's gotten me through some difficult times. So my favorite verse is Romans 1:16. It says, "For I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of Christ that brings salvation to everyone who believes, first to the Jew and then to the Gentile." And the reason I like this verse so much is because, first of all, it offers boldness in the first part, saying that I'm not ashamed of the gospel, and I'm not ashamed of what it means, and I'm not ashamed to share it with people, which I think is so awesome. Just recently, me and a friend of mine have started a Bible study on Sunday nights, and we've been inviting as many people as we can. And it's been great to see some of my good Christian friends there, but also there's been some people there that I wouldn't have thought would be at a Bible study. And at first I was like, I don't know how to share with them. I don't know if I can. Like, is it any different than just like talking about God with my Christian friends? And the answer is no, it's not, because just like the verse says, first to the Jew and then to the Gentile, everyone is worthy of the gospel, and everyone needs to hear the gospel, regardless of whether they grew up a Christian or whether they have made different decisions in their life. It doesn't matter. They still need to hear it, and you still need to share it. And so that's another cool thing about high school, is that you're surrounded by people all the time, and you're going to make friends who aren't Christians. I have many friends at school that aren't Christians, and this is a perfect time to share the gospel with them, because whether you like to admit it or not, when you guys graduate, you may never see them again, and you may be the only person who can share the gospel with them. And that's been kind of convicting to me in my life. Sharing the gospel as a senior is like, man, I might be the only time that they get to hear the gospel. So just think about that, guys, as you graduate. I promise senior year comes fast, but I pray that you guys are going to have the boldness and the faith to share the gospel with your friends who need it.
Hey guys, I'm going to be in Psalms 25, verses 4 and 5. Make me to know your ways, O Lord. Teach me your paths. Lead me in your truth and teach me. For you are the God of my salvation. For you I wait all the day long. Okay, so I love this, and I hold on to this a lot, because it's like the position of the heart that like I want to be in all the time. Like every single day. Like I want to be like in the mindset of like asking him, like always asking him for more. Always asking him to teach me more of his ways, to teach me more of who he is, to teach me more like the next step in like my path, to teach him more and like what he's called me to do, and to teach me more like in who he is and how I can be like a better follower, like the best version of myself, like a better follower of him, like the best version of myself, to where I can reach as many people as I can through him, and to be like the best vessel I can be, so they can pour all of his love through me and out to other people, to reach his people, and to fulfill my calling, and to be who he created me to be. I just want to encourage you guys, like, to keep asking, like, not to just, like, be on the path and just, like, sit down and just sit at his feet and just be like, I made it. I know everything I need to know about the Bible. Like, I read it and I'm good. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy life, because you're going to grow stale if you just sit there. Like, you're just going to grow, like, stale and distant, and you're going to be like, where are you, Lord? What's going on? And, like, what is it? Like, you're not gonna go anywhere, because you're just sitting there doing nothing. You're not growing in who you are with him. You're not growing in your relationship with him. And you're just sitting like, yes, he's gonna stand there with you. But he's gonna stand there like with his hand like down to you, like reaching out. Like, just, he wants to help you up. Like, just grab his hand. He wants to take you further. He wants to take you deeper. He does not want you to be content into who you are right now. He wants, like, tomorrow, he wants you to take you deeper in his relationship with you. He wants to take you deeper in his plan. He wants to use you in a different way tomorrow than he did today. He wants you to take that next step towards him and to who he created you to be and the best person that he created you to be. I just want to encourage you guys not to just be content in what you're doing and where you are and what you know, because there's always more for you to grow. There's always more for you to learn about the Lord, and that's going to help you reach more people and to further his kingdom, because that's what he's called us to do. And we're not just going to be able to just sit there and be content. We're not going to just be able to go in the opposite direction and be content in what we're doing. Can't just like, oh, I've just gone too far. Like, I can't turn around. Like, that is never true. That is never true. I just want to encourage you guys, if you're going down the wrong path and you know it, turn around. Like, I've been there. Like, it's not worth it. Like, the longer that you stay on that path, like, the more time you're going to waste not walking beside God and not walking in what he created you to be. Like, he created you for such great things. And he wants you to fulfill the purpose, the great purpose he has for you. And he's going to take you there every step of the way. Like, he's going to teach you if you ask. He's going to show you his paths when you ask. And he is a God of perfect timing. Like, just because you're on that path and you're doing what you're supposed to do doesn't mean you're going to get there right then. You just can't be frustrated and sit down and do nothing about it. Like, you got to keep asking to be better. You got to keep asking for more knowledge. You got to keep asking for that next step that he's going to lead you on, because that's what he wants for you. He wants you to walk beside him. He wants you to be there. Okay. Yes, I just want to encourage you guys to do that and to follow him and to ask him for more and to not be content, because he's a great guy.
I see something that we can all do that can help us in our hearts, that can help us in our minds, that can help us to have an incredible body like this. Like, it's not just the apple. I know I look amazing, but that's not the point. Now, look, we have a vision, right? And the vision is to equip our spiritual bodies and equip our physical bodies. But what you have to do is you have to take a step into phase 2 of the vision. Now, when you take a step into phase 2, you gotta get rid of that baggage, that equipment, that other stuff that you don't need. You need the right equipment, and God is the right equipment. Because he is amazing. You have to realize that he is the best thing that we can have. So you get into phase 2. When you get into phase 2, you take that baggage off. Now you run into phase 3. Running into phase 3. Now look, with phase 3, you're gonna have to move, because if you stand still, you might as well just be a rock. You need to move, and you have to be active, because what the Lord has for you is not standing still. It's moving. And wherever you're at, if you're in your room, get up and come on, jog in place with me. Get up. If you're in your kitchen, get up. Jog with me. You need to get up and move, and you have to be equipped. All right, look, let's stop, rest yourself. Let's think about what we've talked about. So phase 1 was having a vision and seeing what God's plan is for you. Phase 2 was removing all that baggage, removing all that stuff that doesn't need to be there. Phase 3 was moving once you're equipped. Moving once you're equipped. Now we're going to start moving into phase 4. So phase 4 is mostly about moving and getting active. But one key thing about the moving part, because that was mostly in phase 3, but phase 4 is about pushing through things. So, when you get in those trials and tribulations, you got to push through them. You got to continue to push through the hurts and push through the pains. You have to continue to look forward and grasp upon what the Lord has for you and see the vision that he has for you. Like in phase 1, you see the vision. In phase 2, you take out the baggage. In phase 3, you run with the Lord. In phase 4, you push through the trials and tribulations, and he is there for you. Now you move into phase 5, and phase 5 is refreshing. You move into the presence of the Lord, and the Lord will provide you with the right refreshments. And the refreshments is the glory of his holy water, because God is always good. And so you just want to... so good. that was phase 5, and it's so relieving to know that God will provide you with the right refreshments. Now, let's just do a quick overview. Phase 1 was the vision and looking towards that. Now, phase 2 was relieving yourself of the bad equipment and equipping yourself with the right equipment. Now, phase 3 was running towards the correct vision towards the Lord, because sometimes we could run towards a completely different vision than what God has for you. Now, in phase 4 was pushing through that, pushing through the pains and tribulations and all that crazy goo-goo na-da-da stuff. And now phase 5 was letting God sit with you and enjoy what he's done in your life.
Now, I know this video was funny and everything, but I honestly want to get serious for a quick moment. Throughout everything I just said, all of that is true. If you're not running towards the Lord, if you're not having the correct vision for your life, and that's what God has for you, if you're not putting that into perspective for your life, you're going to get in some rough situations.
Man, what a great morning. I loved each of these words of encouragement from these seniors, and I'm so proud of each one of you. I know that each of our seniors could have shared, and it could have gone on for hours. So I'm just so thankful for each of you. Thank you for being faithful to share with us, and I cannot wait to see what God does in and through you as you head on to your next steps. Hey, well, now it is time for us to head to our discussion group. So we'll see you next week.